we're back.
We are.
And today well, in fact, this week
Ish.
is going to be breakfast themed.
Breakfast.
Because I've got some breakfast stuff coming on the shopping. It inspired me. So, we're going to kick it off with something from Tim Greaves
Indeed.
of Foraged Fire.
We're starting off with posh breakfast, aren't we?
We are. Chipotle and Red Apache. Roasted shallot and wild fruits.
Oh, that sounds good.
Now, you can see there, it says on the label, wild brown sauce. Honest to God, it does. Let me turn the autofocus off. There we go. Wild brown sauce. Autumn 2020.
But it's described as a breakfast sauce, isn't it?
It is. So, because it's autumn and his stuff is seasonal, it's not on the website, so I need to put my bends on so I can read this. So, the ingredients. Tomatoes. Well, that's me done. Right. Wild fruits, 13%. So it's apple, crabapple, blackberries, gooseberries, bilberries.
Ooh. Proper fruity.
Roasted shallots, 12%. Apple vinegar. Not apple cider vinegar. Apple vinegar.
Apple vinegar. Okay.
Worcestershire sauce, which is malt vinegar from barley. Molasses, sugar, salt, anchovies, tamarind, onion, garlic and spices. Then we have the Red Apache chilies, which at 5% shouldn't be too scary. We have Shiraz vinegar.
Ooh. Oh, this is going to be really fruity, isn't it?
Roasted garlic, onions, treacle, chipotle chilies, a little bit of smokiness at 2.5%. Balsamic vinegar, that's 3 vinegars so far. All very different.
All very different, but all have their own unique properties to bring to it, don't they?
Yeah. Porcini mushroom powder, sea salt, spices, roasted onion powder, wild mustard seeds and celery seeds. Now he's written wild mustard seeds. I'm imagining him out there picking the seeds off of wild mustard.
And it is so laborious, isn't it?
Oh yes. So that's the ingredients.
Wow. See the porcini mushroom paste in there. That's going to give it a really lovely earthiness, isn't it?
Just having a look, 250 of your metric millilitres in here.
I'm really intrigued by this because it's got a lot of different fruits in there, hasn't it?
So, to try this, we're going to be using our Chase the Heat hot sauce tasting spoons. Don't taint your brown sauce, bro.
No.
Available from johnnyscoville.com, link in the description. Mother of pearl spoon. Doesn't impart a flavour. This imparts the flavour, which is all good. So, let's whip the top off. I thought I'd given that quite a good shape. We've got a little cap in the, little plug in the top there, which is fine because it's going to be full of goodness. But need to shake it.
It's the facial expressions that you feel like you need to do with this at the same time, isn't it?
Get it mixed in nicely. Some settling may occur in transit. It's an old favourite of mine on things.
Oh, it's coming out.
Sorry?
It's coming out.
Yeah. It's needs a spank. No, that didn't work. Oh well, have a smell.
Okay, so it's got It's got the right kind of spice smells, hasn't it? For brown sauce. It's got the fruitiness, it's got the vinegars. I'm getting the chipotle coming through. I'm getting the tomato and the onions and garlic, but oh, that smells really interesting and really good. There's a lot more going on there,
It
isn't
does
there? Than,
have a pull.
you'll let me go first, are you?
Yeah, yeah. Because you can have the fun with the plug.
Oh, you...
She's turned it around and she poked.
Hey, I can always go back for another spoonful.
It's inventive, I'll give you that.
Hey, I'm still not tainting my sauce.
No, this is true. This is thick. She's thick, man. Oh, come on.
It's coming. It's creeping, isn't it?
It's sliding. I've got a feeling it's just like the top of the bottle that's a little bit pluggy. But, yeah. Let's see if we can encourage it a little bit. It's coming. It is coming.
Oh, wow.
So's Christmas.
That's beautiful.
I've got the bottle in my left hand, or I'll give it a bit more of a shake, but I don't trust
Your left hand.
my coordination that much.
But spices are really coming through now,
Oh,
and it's
there
got
we
a
go.
really lovely, a rich, sweet smell to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, I don't want this to drip, so cheers.
Let's go. Oh my God, that's fruity, isn't it? That is really rich. Really rich, really dark. You just get the sweetness to start with. And then you get... I'm getting the vinegars in the different ways. So initially you've got this lovely sort of sweetness that comes in, and you get that sort of the balsamic kind of caramelly. Then you get the slightly more sharpness from the apple vinegar. And then all of the fruitiness comes through. And then quite late on, I start to get kind of the shallot and the garlic. The spices are just there all the way through. But then there's a lovely sort of flat of the tongue sizzle from the peppers. And then just that smokiness from the chipotle sitting behind it. I'm going to have to go back and have a go. This is really good.
Yeah. Well, pretty much what she said. Very fruity to start with. Then you come into the different vinegars and get the balsamic. You get the apple vinegar there. I've never had Shiraz vinegar, but there is a definite...
It's the depth, isn't it? It's like that sort of red wine.
There's a definite note there. Kind of similar to what would be a normal red wine vinegar. But yeah, it's just that little bit different. Getting the garlic. Got the smokiness there from the chipotle. That's a clever brown sauce.
It's clever, isn't it? It's different enough to be special.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be wanting to put that with good quality breakfast ingredients.
Yeah.
You know, it would make, if you've had any sausages, it would definitely make a sausage sandwich special.
Oh God, yes.
But there's just an extra kind of richness and depth to that flavour that I'm sitting there going, you know, I want to put it with, you know, a really good quality black pudding. I want big, fat, chunky sausages, like really coarse ground pork sausages. I want thick bacon.
Do you know what that would go absolutely murderously over?
Go on.
Cumberland ring in a stotty.
Proper.
Anybody that doesn't know what a stotty is, it's a big, white, soft, floury bap. Yeah, proper Cumberland ring, like yay big,
Yeah.
in a stotty, and they come about that big as well, with that over the top.
I mean,
Next level.
it is so rich. I mean, you could quite easily use it in exactly the same way as you would a brown sauce. The flavours
Yeah.
are completely right to be a brown sauce. It's just a brown sauce on, I don't know, on another level, isn't it?
Some Americans who may watch this may not understand the whole brown sauce thing. Okay, in America you have A1, which is a steak sauce. It's not a brown sauce. Different. But it's probably about the closest thing you get, unless you go to an international food shop and
you
pick
can
up something like
HP, can't you?
HP.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason brown sauces work really well with breakfast foods, especially, is because they have that vinegar note. Now, when you're eating like a cooked breakfast, okay, not one of these pastry things that
Yeah, not like
they
a
call like a
breakfast,
continental breakfast.
a full English.
Yeah, a cooked breakfast with bacon, with sausage, with
Eggs, hash browns.
fried egg, hash browns. It's quite greasy food, okay? We don't eat this all the time. I'd just like to say that it's an occasional thing. You know, but a cooked breakfast
Once a week's occasional.
with a bit of vinegar to cut through that fat, brown sauce is your answer. So if you've got a really like overly vinegary one, I think HP is a bit
I
overly
think
vinegary.
it is now. We've had experience of artisan breakfast or brown sauces.
This has got about the right level to cut through that fat without leaving you sitting there thinking, did I just eat a bag of chips?
Yeah. I think the other
know,
thing as well
it's
is that you know your bacon and your sausages and things like that, they are salty,
Yeah.
and having sort of that fruity, the sweetness to go with the meat, and you know, you think about pork products anyway,
Yeah.
lend themselves very well to fruity sauces.
And it just balances everything and just makes the whole thing better, lifts it up.
And the spicing as well, it just adds it, you know, the tamarind adds this level of sort of richness to it that, you know, you wouldn't have a brown sauce without the tamarind. It wouldn't be
No.
quite right.
No. So, foragedfire.co.uk is where you get it, link in the description. Alright, only you can't get it just now. You might bring it back, because I understand it went quite quickly.
It's understandable why.
Yeah. Which is a good thing, obviously, for him. But it just means you'll have to be patient. In the meantime, go and check out his other products. They're seasonal. Okay, so they change every sort of 3 months. And yeah, it's on the label that, you know, autumn 2020. So you know when it's in season.
You know it's fresh, don't you, as well? I think that's the other thing.
All the ingredients are going to be top notch because Tim's quite picky about that. So I know that that little crest there says quality.
It does. It does indeed.
Heat for you?
I would say it's probably a 1 for me.
Yeah.
You know, there's enough there that you know you've got some heat, and even eating it with food, you would know that there's something there. There's a nice little zing that comes through from the Chipotle and from the Apache.
Just interestingly, just down the bottom there, let's do the thing with the focus again. There we go. Heat guide, 2 out of 10. First time I've actually noticed a heat guide on his labels, and I've looked at his labels quite carefully. So yeah, how I missed that, I don't know. Dodgy eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, that puts it about right then, really, doesn't it?
One,
Sort of
one,
a
one
one
out
for
of 10
us.
for me. You know, heat wise, yeah, it's got some heat in there, a little bit of chili. If you'd never eaten chili before, you'd probably think it was quite warm. If you like chili, you'd be absolutely fine with this. You'd just whack it all over your breakfast, or stew, or shepherd's pie, or
Yeah, I think you can use it, like I said, in exactly the same way as
Yeah.
you would a brown sauce. I'd actually hasten to put that on some roast potatoes actually as well.
yeah, yeah.
Nice roast beef and a bit of that on.
Another quality one from Foraged Fire. Very good. But I think that's quite enough from us for now.
It is.
Thank you ever so much for watching, guys.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Take care.
And we'll see you in the next one.